What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. On today's Horror Talk, we're going to be talking about the brand new Chucky movie called Cult of Chucky. Now, Cult of Chucky just recently came out, and we haven't had a Chucky movie since the Curse of Chucky way back in 2013. So it's been like 4 years without us having really Chucky being around, and I kind of missed the little guy. Now, Chucky is not as big as probably if a Jason movie came out or a Freddy movie or any type of movie of that stature. Obviously, this movie is straight to VOD. A bit of a backstory is that I've seen all the Chucky movies. I'm not the biggest Chucky fan. I think he's funny. I think some of even the bad one, the Seed of Chucky, which everyone hates, I kind of enjoyed it because I saw it as a comedy more so than a horror movie. But the last movie, The Curse of Chucky, I really didn't enjoy that one. I thought it was just boring. Just not my type of Chucky movie. Cult of Chucky, on the other hand, takes place in an asylum. And you would imagine that's going to add some cool elements. You're going to have some crazy people. Did they see Chucky? Is Chucky real or Chucky not? Let me tell you, they play on that all throughout the movie, which is very good because you almost for a second start to lose your sanity as you start to question what's going on here. Why are there so many Chuckies? What's going on with this story? And I'm not going to spoil anything until a little later, so you're okay. If you didn't see Cult of Chucky, I do recommend you at least watch it before you see Curse of Chucky, because we follow the main character from that movie, Nika, as she is now committed to this asylum, and we have an array of characters who are trying to basically sort of figure out if she's crazy or if she's not. And of course, Chucky always shows up. But we also have a few cameos that are featured in this movie. We have Jennifer Tilly, who's also featured in the movie, a little more so than I'd like for her to be. Not that I have a problem with her, but I thought she was just going to be a cameo, and she ended up being a little bit more into the movie than I kind of wanted her to be. And we also have the original Andy. If you know Andy, he is pretty much like the nemesis. He's like Nancy to Freddy, Andy is to Chucky. So we have his character sort of returning, and there's some very funny elements that happen with his character in Chucky, and we kind of get caught up with the history of what's sort of going on between those two characters, and where does Andy's character play a role in this movie as well as maybe future movies. But that is enough about the characters. Obviously, you want to know Chucky. Is Chucky back? Is Chucky in his rare form? Now, Chucky is changed just a little. His form has changed. He doesn't look the same, but he sounds the same. Look wise, I find it okay. Like from the trailer, I was a little thrown off, and I wasn't really that happy about the Chucky, but watching the movie, I was perfectly fine with how Chucky looked. It wasn't that big of an issue, so if you're worried about that, I think you'll do just fine once you hear him start talking, especially when his interactions with the asylum patients. It's very, very funny. I find myself laughing throughout this movie, pretty much giving some big chuckles throughout this movie, and being kind of just this vengeful little a-hole. Basically, he even calls himself an a-hole. That's really what he is. Whether he's going to be very scary again, I don't know. That's another topic for another video maybe in the future, about if Chucky can be as scary as he was in the 80s. Maybe that's a future video. Let me know down in the comment section if you'd like to see me do a video on that. But back to the review. The violence in this movie is spot on. There are some great gore scenes. They're shot very well. They're not like poorly done. Even though from the trailer you kind of got a vibe that maybe this was going to be a lower budget kind of movie. Most of the movie looks really good. It's shot very well, even though they're in an asylum and You know, you would think an asylum's all bright and white walls. They do some really kind of cool tricks in there, and some cool camera shots to kind of break it up and add some kind of depth to the hallways and whatnot. I have to say, the storyline, as far as it being called the Cult of Chucky, it kept me entertained all throughout the movie. I kept wondering, where was this story going to go next? Like, what was happening? I mean, you could sort of figure out probably where it goes with the name of Cult of Chucky, but they do some very cool stuff with the story there to expand it a little bit. But there is some things I kind of were not too keen on, and that'll be more for the spoil section of the review. But really good movie. I think it's well worth the watch. If you love Chucky, you're gonna probably love this movie. It gives you just what you kind of want. It's a blend of great comedy, some great horror kills. Chucky is Chucky. Like, there's no denying he's one and the same as he always been. So that is it for the review portion. When we come back, I'm gonna talk a bit about spoiler stuff. Just wanted to keep this spoiled free for you guys because there's some stuff in there that you kind of want to be surprised about. So there we go. That was the review. Leave it a thumbs up, like the video, leave a comment down below if you're a Chucky fan or if you're excited to see this or if you have any questions about it. And that's it for the review. When we get back, spoiler talk. All right, are you going out the room?
Spoiler talk.
Cult of Chucky is basically a cult of Chucky. Like, Chucky somehow, and this is sort of explained in a very funny but stupid way, that he figures out like, oh, there's a new voodoo power thing that he can possess to basically possess multiple Chuckies. He can possess people as well, which is explained towards the end of the movie. So all during the movie, you're trying to figure out, like, is it just one Chucky? Is it two? Is it his son? Like, how are there multiple Chuckies and what's going on? Because both of them are doing things. And then it kind of reveals throughout the movie, which I really did like, that they didn't just go for it. They kind of slowly built that mystery of what's going on with this cult of Chucky and multiple Chuckies. So I really like that aspect. So there's a very funny scene where he possesses all, like, the two dolls, and then it's like Chucky, and they're all three talking to each other about like how they're all messed up and they want to kill Andy. It's just hilarious. It's just so hilarious. End of the movie, that's the portion I kind of was not very keen on. Most movies, I would love for it to have a solid end. Something just to finalize it, especially if it's going to be franchise movies like Chucky is. I want to see it kind of have a beginning, a middle, and an end. This one, it just leaves it right open for the next movie. And nothing is solved. And Nika gets possessed by Chucky. She kills the doctor. And then she hooks up with Jennifer Tilly, and they're off on another adventure. Andy is still locked up, and I'm sure they're going to blame him for the murders at the asylum. And really, that's it. It's sort of like, why you don't get a good enough reason in the end of why am I watching this. Like, there's no satisfaction in there, besides maybe seeing Chucky back and some of the kills. But that was my really main gripe about it, was the ending. But really, all solid movie. I'd say watch it. If you haven't seen Curse of Chucky, watch that first, then watch this one, because otherwise you're going to be like, what are they talking about, you know, in this movie, and who is this Nika character? That is it for my review. My thoughts on the new Chucky movie, The Cult of Chucky. It is due out, I believe, soon, next month, I think. I don't know. I'll have the date somewhere up here. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed these kind of reviews, talks, let me know. Leave a thumbs up. Leave it down in the comment section if you're a Chucky fan. Subscribe to the channel for more horror talk segments. I did see the new Leatherface movie, so let me know if you want me to do a review on that as well. And hope you guys have a great day. And Zombie Chris, out.